Hey there, Ascension Pioneers. I decided to do today's video standing up. I want to do something new. We've been having a lot of releasing lately, and today I picked up an oracle card from Ask an Angel Guidance. Can you see it? I hope you do. It's from Tony Karma and Salerno. And I think I want to read from this book, beautiful booklet, this message to all of us. And I want to talk about some other stuff in the video later. But I just want to talk about this now. The message is from Archangel Azrael, and it's about surrender. I hope you can see this beautiful image, and it's a beautiful dove that is being released to the sun, to life. So the message says, and this is right now for all of us, especially for me, because tomorrow's my birthday, and every day before the birthday, and every, because we need to start a new year, new cycle. That's our personal cycle. We come into our solar return, and there's a new year, the energy of the new year that is building up, and new way of serving, new way of being authentic, and more you every day. So a lot of the old is done before the birthday coming up and coming away. And that's why I think a lot of the people are saying that their birthdays are not kind of like in a tradition, how we are supposed to believe in them, what they're supposed to represent. Because the real spiritual, when you're on a spiritual path, the real spiritual meaning of the birthday is to come into a new cycle, and before that can occur, the old needs to be released. Doesn't necessarily mean some things have to end. They can either end, if they're no longer aligned with us, or they can be transformed. So this message says, it's really important, so I'll read it. Death, like life, is constant. Everything in existence is constantly dying and being reborn, from the cells in our body to the thoughts and our feelings, to the constant shifting cycles of nature. Like most aspects of nature, the human psyche also goes through larger cycles. The Earth has her days, nights, 28-day moon cycle, 12-month sun cycle, and seasons, just to name a few. And by the way, I'm just in my Saturn's return, which is, 29 years I exist here on Earth. So this is going to be even more intense and challenging for me. We also have cycles, and more often than not, they are in complete attunement to the natural cycles. Whether that be taught through day, night, the weather seasons, or astrology, we have cycles and rhythms that are in tune with nature, regardless of whether we choose to be conscious of it or not. Everything transforms eventually, because we keep transforming ourselves. So the external environment will always mirror us. And what is happening up above, people say in the heavens, but basically in the astrological positions, the planets, and the whole cosmic soup is challenging us to our very core. And a lot of the astrologers, when I've been watching the videos, say that this is going to happen for the next 2 years until I don't know which month in 2014, because Saturn is now changing signs, and it's going to Scorpio. And apparently we're going to have some more challenges, can you think? Whoa. Whew. The part of the cycle coming up here is death. At this stage, we deal with the release and surrender. We must at this stage release some aspect of our life and ourself. Beyond that, we must release the ego, the part of ourself that is attached to identity, to itself being seen, being right, the part that buys into the illusion and believing that we can ever truly know the unknowable. We can't. Sorry to give it to you like that. At this time, a surrender must occur, a surrender to God, to life, to great mystery, the universe, and the higher intelligence that exists in love. Once this occurs, a new kind of freedom is achieved within the psyche and the spirit, and we become a clean slate for the new phase to begin. That phase can be exciting, terrifying, ecstatic, devastating, or even all of the above, depending on what is occurring for you. Each and every one of us, all extensions of Source. And can you believe it? The creator of all, the prime creator, the force of all life and all creation, is so lovable that it allows us to have this free will to experience pain and sorrow if we want to, although we're nothing but love. But it loves us so much to allow us to experience even that. So humans are generally petrified of giving up the ego self. This is why we're all afraid of death, but the ego must now be released in order to experience new life. A lot of the times we're afraid of the unknown. That is one of the basic fears in humanity, and it's in our DNA. So we need to embrace it with love and move forward bravely. Ultimately, all that can be done is to process whatever feelings are coming up and surrender to this divine and natural cycle of consciousness. Inability to surrender will only result in this part of the cycle being a longer, more drawn out, and difficult process than it necessarily has to be. So it depends on your awareness and when you're at in your spiritual journey. Above all, a true sense of liberation now awaits you in your phase when you surrender. Change is occurring now. Embrace and surrender to it. One of the reasons I also read that is because I had a Skype session with a client yesterday. Client, you know, everyone who knows me and follows what I write about on my page. And I've written about this yesterday as well after the session, knows that I don't like to use the word client because I always say to people, we're all equals and we're both assisting each other in the same way. So we were talking about, you know, about this death, and the person describes some of the stories in their life, what led them to this death. And I really feel this is kind of like a major cycle of all of us. Even during some videos of some people that I've seen what's happening in their own lives, I see kind of like this comparison, although we cannot compare our journeys, but you see kind of these similarities that occur in all of our journeys. You know, some things are really happening on a global scale, and I think that has to do with the cosmic alignments of all the energies that come through each planet, each bursting of rays, because you know we have gamma rays bursting us from different stellar systems, from this different constellations, because we're multidimensional. And when each ray bursts out of that constellation, it kind of triggers a certain part of multidimensional self that we each carry within us. So also what I want to talk about here in this part is what is also I feel this transformation about, that it came to me through yesterday's session. And that's why I love doing sessions, because people sometimes think and they say, oh, I can assist you, I offer sessions on Skype or via phone. But what really matters here is to think in terms that you don't assist someone and only you get to do it, because they also assist you. They're a mirror and they pose as a trigger so you can acknowledge some other things. And each time I did a session, new revelations came to me, you know, new findings about certain things. And yesterday, because my client had a very rebellious indigo nature, very different feeling of differentness, of feeling a bit separated because of this different vibration and its truths that were not kind of experienced in their environment as well, especially because they live in such a country that does not allow for that to be so much expressed. So what I felt within this conversation was, you know, when these new insights came to me as the person was saying some things about their life, was the indigo type and the crystalline nature that is now more predominant. I mean, it wants to be more predominant on Earth, because I've realized the spirit, you know, when it was flowing through me yesterday, kind of gave me this guidance that what basically, you know, it is about indigo, a very strong, independent energy, very rebellious. And it was also very present in the 60s and 70s. A lot of the people who were born at that time and are volunteers have that vibration, have their special uniqueness, you know. But what that indigo part lacks more of is that balance with a more crystalline energy. And I think the earth now is shifting from a more indigo vibration to a more crystalline vibration that is more like in a sense of violet, you know, violet fire. Violet is a color of spirituality, of spiritual transformation. And I think, you know, we need to come from the indigo, and everybody's talking about the third eye and the third eye chakra and your awakening of it. And what needs to be now on earth for more balance is opening more to your spiritual self, to that beautiful part of you that knows everything, that feels everything, that is one with your divine masculine and feminine side. And I feel that, you know, we each have, the male have their inner trinity, the females have our inner trinity. Like for instance, the mother goddess, you know, the more nurturing side, the princess warrior or the goddess warrior, and the child, the maiden, you know, the little princess, or so to say. We have all those three. You know, I always talk about the trinity aspect. And when each of us formates this within ourself, we become whole. So moving more into that spiritual realm of ours that is more deep, more profound, means that we kind of more fuse. We make this fusion. We make fusion with the spirit and matter, with feminine and masculine, with the vertical alignment with source, and also the horizontal alignment that we have with everything, with every part of creation here in this living life. They all need to be fused together and all being as one. And that is why I feel this crystalline vibration and also our DNA shifting into a more crystalline form is all about. So a lot of the people who are indigo, and anger used to serve them in a way, and a lot of these emotions that keep to drive their energy forward now need to, you know, shift more, not shift and be just that, but fuse, you know, have that fusion with the other side of the equation, which is more crystalline. So I feel that the goddess warrior needs to meet up with the gentle, beautiful, nurturing mother, because the energy of the divine mother is what is lacking here on this planet for the greater understanding of the birth of the new. And the birth of the new is the birth of the child. And the child is, if you see it in the grander way, all creation. When the thoughts of God became, through divine mother, became all this. And also in our personal lives, if we wish to give birth to anything new, not just projects in our life and relationships, but how we serve, a new way of service and a new way of society in a global sense, we need to give this birth within us first, and we need to have this beautiful babies of ours being born within us, and that is our fusion with the indigo and then crystalline formation to build something that is of the both. And you create, I feel, this space where all light all becomes one, and this is the white light of all creation, which emanates all rays and all extensions. So this was the guidance that I've received about the more indigo kind of vibration that a lot of people still carry within them, because I think the anger and that strong emotions really served Earth at a certain point in its evolution. But right now the evolution in itself is changing and shifting as well, because even evolution is a revolution, so it keeps evolving because it's kind of like a paradox. So in a way, I feel we need to make this shift and transition. So I feel that that is why a lot of the children who are coming now on Earth are coming to make peace with the vibration that was here before, with all of the rebel population, with all of the volunteers, with all of those who don't just feel that they're living an earthly life, they also feel this craving for the divine and everything divine. But now we have to merge the two, because a lot of these people cannot function in their daily lives because they have too much repressed anger, or don't feel that they belong to this world. And like I've said in one of my previous videos, what needs to be done when I was reading my automatic writing is the fusion and really accepting that we're not separated from this earth. We chose to be here. We came here, and we came here for others and those who might not always understand the things we understand. We don't need to have them understand for us to feel like we belong on this planet and in this cycle of evolution. We need to come at peace with all of this inside us and embrace all the wounds and hurts that might have, you know, been present because of all this, and need to really slip into a more comfortable garment, into a garment when we can feel comfortable in all of our essences, to really formate the birth within all of us. So that is what came through me yesterday, and that is what I wanted to talk about. I hope this made sense to all of you, and those of you especially who carry a lot of the indigo vibration. I think all of us during our awakening journey, maybe at the beginning, we carry more of an indigo aspect, but then we move further into the crystalline vibration, which is more and more about divine love and peace. And a lot of the children, I mean, not just children, they're babies, but even children like me, who are in their late 20s and early 30s, we carry this aspect that is very the principle of the feminine, of the divine mother. We wish to bring this message forth to humanity. And the divine mother aspect is what is really, the biggest craving here on earth right now. That is what we really should be focusing upon. Do our own inner holding to bring those aspects together, to know that everything is born out of divine love. And in fact of the matter, all is just merely love. And that's what I want to talk about and let you know that tomorrow's my birthday. Not for you to congratulate me. I don't want that. Don't flood my inbox. Please don't spam my email. I know you all wish me well, and I wish you well as well on your journey and your path. Otherwise, I wouldn't be standing here caring so much, giving all these messages. And I just, since I'm in my standing pose, want to say to you that probably during this weekend I'll take time out just for me because it's my birthday weekend. But I want to give you a beautiful acknowledgement for being here, for being present on this earth. I know it's not always easy, but you've chosen it. And once you take ownership for that, once you take claim for your own responsibility of why you're here, you are not God sent. Well, in a way you are, because you are part of that God consciousness, but you chose to came here. And it's time to make peace with that. All of us who go through so much trials and tribulations and challenges and not always being understood by the grander population, but we really need to breathe it out and say it's about time for this acceptance. It's about time for the nurturing of the mother. It's about time for really allowing ourselves to trust, surrender, release, so there could be more flow in our life. Anyway, I don't know if you can see me. That's my post for the end of the video. And have a blessed weekend, and have a happy new moon. on the 15 or 16, wherever you are, and new beginnings to all of us. Take care. All my love. Bye.